to do the theory for the compensation, and from tomorrow we're going to start with the practical of your. There are two things you will find. One is the compensation. Um, One is what is compensation? Let me ask you.
Yeah, compensation is nothing but remuneration which is payable to the employee completing the work.
For completing the work.
Yeah, task.
What is the difference between salary?
Yeah, salary for paying
No,
salary.
compensation is not salary.
Remuneration, right? It is remuneration.
What do you mean by remuneration then?
It may be compensation. It may be in benefit also. It may be in benefit.
See, when you talk about your salary, it calculates everything, right? Earnings deduction, your statutory deduction, your taxes, and your benefits. Everything that is a part of a salary. But then compensation is not salary. Most of the people, they think compensation is actually a salary. It is not your salary. Then what is compensation?
It's reward, I think. It's a reward or
no
completion of the work. No.
It is how much it is going to cost the company for hiring anybody, an individual.
Right. It is a C2C, which is a cost to the company.
Okay.
All right. So compensation is basically, it's a cost to the company. Like there would be an employee who has been hired at 8 lakh for a particular company. So his compensation is 8 lakh to the company. Out of this 8 lakh, when it gets divided monthly, and accordingly after all the earnings deduction, taxes, all those calculation including benefit and everything, what you get paid, that is known as your salary. All right. But how you decide how much a person will be paid, that basically it will be coming from the compensation. You would have seen, when you get hired, and especially your salary negotiation, it is happening. Normally, this is done by the recruitment team, right? So this team is trained into the recruitment, and then they sometimes, when you ask for a package, they say to you that, that sir, you're going beyond the salary range, right? Which means that every employee, the recruitment team has your minimum salary, what they're going to pay, maximum salary, what they're going to pay, and the middle level salary, what they're going to pay, right? So that is known as a compensation. All right. Now the compensation is of two types. One is a fixed salary and another is a variable. So fixed salary, it is known as a compensation. Variable, you have a separate module which is known as a variable. So if you come to your admin center, now it is actually difficult to show with the admin center, which has been changed. But earlier, in compensation, you could see there is a. So here you'll find this is compensation, and somewhere if they have variable also somewhere here. Hello team, I would really appreciate if you can put yourself on mute if you don't have any question. So here you can see variable. So now you know what is the difference between fixed salary and the variable salary, right? So what is fixed salary? Now the fixed salary does not happen for everybody. It happens for people who are, like getting a higher salary. So in that case, there are certain amount which is fixed, and then certain amount, it becomes a variable. Certain organization pay this variable monthly wise, and a certain organization, they pay this as a quarterly wise, and certain organization, they pay your half yearly or whatever it is, like, so those detail, it becomes a variable. All right. And all right team, so so we just talked about what is your fixed salary and what is variable pay. Now there are certain people Okay, so the next topic that I'm going to talk about is your um, how your rating actually happens in the organization. All right, so rating plus hike. Let's assume that there is an employee A, employee B, employee C, and then there is an employee D. So there are 4 employees in the company. Employee A gets 5 rating. Employee 4 gets employee B gets 4 rating. Employee C gets 3 rating, and employee D gets 2 rating. And all these people, they are working at the consultant level only. All right, and let me make it more. So this consultant, like A is getting, let's assume 5 lakh, B is getting 4 lakh, then similarly C is getting 3 lakh, and D is getting 2 lakh. So who will get the maximum hike? Yes, team. Who will?
Obviously, fire rating guy will get them hike. Right?
Okay, and what other people are saying?
With 5 rating,
Sorry, 5 rating will
5.
get the highest rating. Okay. Let's ask the HR manager.
Yeah, it is 5L that's mentioned against 5 rating.
So you saying this person will get the highest rating? This is not true, team. He may and may not get the highest rating. And understand these people are working at the same level. Normally what happens, people who get the lowest rating, see, an organization does not keep so much of salary disparity at the same level. All right, you might have joined at a certain package, that is fine to the organization, but then um, the person who's getting the lowest rating, they try to bring at par with this person's salary, so that at the same level, people they do not have so much of salary disparity. Okay, so not necessary that 5% rating will get the highest rating. So in this case, uh, maybe he will get as a 10% hike. All right, and this person, maybe he will get as a, maybe let's suppose 20% hike. This person will get as a 35% hike, and this person again, he will get as a 20% hike. All right, so it all depends upon the company management, how they decide to go ahead and give you your hike. Hike is not only just based on the rating. All right, so so one of the reason why the hike is not based on your rating. So one of the reason I have given you, which is a salary disparity. See, I told you when I was doing the performance, that most of the people, they think, that their rating actually based on whatever the rating they have got, based on that, they will get the higher, hike in the company, which is not true. If you remember, team, on and off, I have told you in the compensation also. So one of the reason I have given it the salary disparity, and what could be the another reason? Yes, team.
Reduce the cost for the organization.
Sorry,
Control the cost for the organization.
how the company is going to control the cost? Because either if they give the hike to this person also, even if they give the hike to this person also, if companies spending some money, right? How they are controlling the cost?
So suppose with my nerves, what I'm saying that, see, an employee, if he has that 5 rating, means he has a good performance. So
Okay.
already he is in good package. Then so they are encouraged to low package people. So that is
Why they will encourage?
see here it
How to
happened like,
what this person? Why this person will say to see, Sunita? When you're working, it's a cutthroat competition. Nobody will say to you, that I'm getting the higher package and another person is getting the lower package. So please don't give me salary hike and increase the salary for other person. Nobody will say that. Even if you are talking about, that they will do like this.
no, always the organization try to control the cost of the organization. So
How
that's
they will control the cost? Tell me. Whether they will, even if they give a hike to this person also, if they give a hike to this person also, at this both the same time, no, there is a cost to the company which is involved, right?
and then
And
why they are giving the 20% of hike to the 2 lakhs package guy?
right, they're giving 20% hike to the 2 lakh package so that this person comes at maybe not very close, but at least to somewhere, he comes at he should not feel that he's getting the lowest in the department and he should be neglected out, right? So that's the reason the company gives him a higher package.
Yes, that's why I'm telling. So they are trying to encouraging them, right, by this.
Okay. Acha,
Yeah.
you're trying encouraging. I don't think so. You used the word encouraging before.
I don't know exactly corporate words, but simple words I am trying to say like that.
No, I said you. I don't think so. You said the word encouraging, right? You were saying something different, but anyhow, encouraging. What I have written. I don't know what is. Acha, ठीक है, fine. Encouraging to.
Sir, if you,
I don't think so. Encouraging. Let's say that it's motivating to other team member. And why motivating?
sir,
Promote.
to
I
interrupt,
don't think so. Even encouraging or motivating, both are wrong word.
sir, could you please repeat the question, sir?
My question it is, that as per the rating, how you get your hike, um, so so like I said, rating plus your hike. So I given a certain scenario. Majority of the people, they think the person who has got the highest rating get the maximum um, hike, which is actually not true.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the reason I said it's a salary disparity.
Yeah.
And Sunita was saying encouraging to other people. Fine, okay, I'll take it. And
It's more motivating than, encouraging.
Yeah, motivate.
yeah. Okay. Anyway, I've written down, don't worry. Okay, what else? See, there are.
That becomes one of the aspects.
Sorry?
Calibration.
No, calibration has already happened.
Okay.
Actually, calibration can also happen after compensation.
Yeah.
Like what we are doing, actually, we are doing calibration only.
Calibration. Yeah.
So what is your answer?
Calibration. Like you come up with
Okay.
scenario when you have to do the
Calibration, right? Calibration can also happen, team, after your what we are doing right now. It's calibration only. What else?
so it's largely salary disparity. That is one of
Yeah, and then there is also your seniority. You know what is seniority, right, in the company?
the line of hierarchy, you mean.
if there is a person, he has joined the company at the age of 25, he has stayed with the organization for 5 years. So right now he is almost like um, 29 years of age,
Yeah.
right? And the person who has joined recently in the company, he's 45 years of age. Who's more senior in the company?
The age basis.
29-year person, right? Sorry, 30-year-old person, right? So he's more senior in the company, correct? See, when it comes to your corporate, there is nothing like as per your senior or something, right? There they count the seniority level. Okay, so if a person who is more senior in the every organization will always give a person to a person, who's more senior in the organization, not the age wise, but as per the the seniority level wise, so that they can invest on those person and they can train them, and when they're investing something, they know that that is going to come back to the organization. All right, so seniority also plays a lot of important role. Maybe let's suppose this person, he's a senior person. All right, he's a senior person in the company, so you can see he got the 35% hike, right? Because the company knows that such people, in a way, it's like the organization do not want you to leave so often from the organization. And what else, team? Another thing, it also depends upon your company performance.
Performance.
Yes. Right, your company performance also plays a lot of importance role. And so if the company is actually performing, so you will see that they will actually give you good rating. If they are not performing, they will give you the bad rating. Or even the individual wise also, it's like people who are performing, they will get a higher rating, and people who are not performing, they will get the lower rating, right? So that is the reason you will see that your rating plus hike, these are the factor. So the point which actually I'm trying to tell you, that not necessary that if you're getting a higher rating, your salary will also increase according to that. There are so many other factor also which is taken into the consideration. Another thing, a company also takes into the account the communication. All right, so they only want to encourage people who are no matter how good technically you are, but at the end of the day, your communication plays a lot of importance role, right? Because the higher you will go, you will start interacting with the client, you will start interacting with other people. So your communication plays also a lot of important role, right? So another factor, there can be n number of factor based on that, how they actually go ahead and do that. All right, let's see the other thing. There is a compensation process. What is compensation process, team? Yes, team?
Is it the payroll process?
No. Okay, let me tell you, I don't expect that anybody to know that. So there are two kind of a process. One, it is known as a focal review. And another one, it is known as your anniversary review. All right. What do you mean by focal review and what is anniversary review? Does anybody has any idea? See, focal review is a review, like for example, you will see in India, people, they follow the financial, which is from April to March. And then in the west side, they follow January to December. So focal review, it is like, the moment you complete, so like for example, let's suppose if I take it as a April to March, if you join in month of June, so whenever it will be, for every organization, the appraisal will start, in this case, that will be, when they complete, the financial year end. So next month, it's like, they provide the appraisal letter. So preferably, it's like 2 months before the end of a financial year, they start with the your complete appraisal and followed by the compensation, right? So that your with the next financial year, which again with the April 2023, they can give you the appraisal letter. So that is known as a focal review. So again, the same thing here. When your January 2023 will start, before that, organization has to provide you the letter, right? So not all people will fall into this. If anybody, so depends upon, it's like, like for example, anybody who was joined in month of April, obviously he will complete his 12 month. So then they will provide, or if person joined in month of June, so April, May, June. So this person will complete almost 10 months, right? So accordingly, you will have to prorate his salary, right? Or maybe let's suppose organization has a policy that whenever people they complete their 12 month, then only you will get your appraisal letter. So people who joining who have not completed your 12 months, so they are not part of a appraisal, right? So that is what is the meaning of a focal review. All right, but the important thing it is that in your focal review, the company follows the financial year. All right, so what is the importance of this one? Like whoever is a part of a process get compensation. All right, then uh, to be honest, team, majority of a company, they actually go ahead with the focal review only. All right. So they will, I mean, so that's something which is like the major, because here it is happening your appraisal only once in a year, right? Like when the financial is starting, and before that, they have to finish off with the compensation and the your appraisal letter should be ready, right? So like this there. Then let's see what is the anniversary review. So what is anniversary review? Anniversary review, most of the companies, they do not follow this. All right. So what does it mean? It means anniversary, it means obviously when employee completes 12 months. So which means if employee has joined in month of July 2022, so he needs to complete it by June 2022, 12 month, right? So then he has completed this 12 months. So again, his appraisal will start in month of July 2023. So like this, some people will join in month of August, some people will join in month of October. The issue here it is, that throughout the year, the compensation is happening. Now, company will not have so much of money, that they will hire one HR person who will do the appraisal throughout the year, right? So in such cases, what um, they do not go ahead with this kind of a anniversary review, because they do not have anybody, people joining in month of January. They will, whoever completes the 12 month in January, so they will give appraisal for that. Whoever completes their 12 month in month of February, they will give an appraisal to that, right? So like this, they do not have so much of time. So anniversary review.
Ashish, is that June 23rd? 23?
Oh, sorry. This is June 23rd, huh?
Okay.
All right, Jamie, sure. So depends on employee to employee completing 12 months, right? So majority of a company, most companies, they do not go ahead with this. All right. So that's the reason the focal review is more popular, and majority of a company, they go ahead with the focal review. All right. So these are very important topic, team. There are many more topics that we're going to discuss. In fact, today it's just a theory session. I'm not going to show anything. Actually, we are already logged in into, so I'm not going to show you anything in the system today. But the reason I discuss all these domain detail, because in the past batches, what I have seen, that majority of the people, they're not clear with their domain knowledge only. So that's a reason, so when you actually start with the compensation, and if they're not clear with all these, then it creates a problem, because you have to make them understand all this. Now let's understand component of compensation. What are the component of compensation, team?
You fixed pay and variable pay, incentives.
Yes, close enough. I'll take it.
Okay.
So one is monetary, another is non-monetary. So let's discuss what is monetary first.
Without cash providing the, yeah, sorry. Yeah, providing
No, yes,
in terms of
HR is ready with the cash, in hand, when you're leaving the gate table. So you take 200 and you take 300, right?
monetary, sorry, providing.
They will not do that even in Diwali also. They're standing at the gate, you take this, box also with you.
In terms of cash providing to the people, that is the monetary.
But in a way, it is true, Sangeeta. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Monetary is something which is like cash. In a way, you're correct also. All right.
Yeah, Ashish.
And so I'll take it cash, no problem. But organization does not deal with the cash actually. So we'll take it as with the current
Bonus.
salary.
Bonus.
Bonus also, yes, why not? Current salary, it's a kind of a monetary only, right? Which is a cash what they're giving to you. Bonus also, not the ready cash, but you have a liquid with you in your account, right? Whenever you want, you
Yeah.
can take it out. Then what else? Some monetary, it can also be in terms of a promotion.
What of yeah, promotions?
Right? Like there was, let me give you an example. There was a person, almost this was like 15, 16 years back. There was a person who was actually working in a TCS at a very, in RDM, that is, I don't remember the full form of it, which was like RDM, which is a resource development, something it is like all these people who are sitting on bench, so their responsibility it was to put them on a project, and they used to have the all employee record with them. All right. So then what happened? This guy came for an interview, and but this guy was very age-wise, he was very senior, but he started his in IT career, and most of the people, through Jan Pehchan, they get enter, and so then this guy, because so he cleared everything, and so when they offered him a package, so he was working as a consultant. So he said the only thing which I want is a good salary. So then they gave him a good salary, but then See, with the salary, you also have to make with the designation also, right? So he became the manager then. All right. So like this, you can also see like from consultant to, he has his designation has also been increased. And with, increase, there is also a salary hike, right? Then you're also doing certain adjustment. What is adjustment? Adjustment, it is like, let's suppose your company follows the, uh, here also the company follows a focal review, but the company has a policy, which means that when employee completes their 12 month, then only they'll be getting their salary hike. All right. But then in this case, there is a person who has not completed his 12 month, he has completed his 11 month. But then this person is technically very good. So you fear that the next appraisal will happen after 1 year. By this time, it's like, person might leave the company. So in that case, what you do, you try to increase, do some adjustment with his salary. You don't try to give him the CTC, because when you try to increase any, like his current salary, bonus or promotion, it increases his CTC. So if maybe let's suppose if his CTC is 5 lakh only, maybe you're trying to give him some 1 lakh extra, but that 1 lakh, it will be adjustment. All right, so it's not an increase in the CTC, but it's just an adjustment. So that is how you give it. So that is the meaning of an adjustment. Then there is a lump sum also. Right? What is lump sum? Lump sum, it is like you see your organization, like normally in IT company, there are people who get, it takes 3 months for, individual to leave the organization. So in this case, the organization says, that you leave the company, they'll give you the so much of hike also. So certain people, so that is basically it's known as a lump sum. So that was monetary kind of a detail. And so let's also talk about the non-monetary now. What is non-monetary thing?
Apart from the giving salary or amount,
But yes,
giving the facilities like educational facilities or internet reimbursement or transfer facilities. Like
no. But see, education facility,
and allowances means allowances. Educational
like,
allowances.
actually, so you saying that you like you have like certain people, they complete their course, and when they complete their course, they can take the education allowance from the company.
Yes, yes. Because my husband isn't getting that. So that's why I tell you.
Yeah, no, some companies they do it.
Yeah.
So, but in that case also, it is a kind of a monetary only, right?
Non-monetary, right?
Why? But when you send it as a reimbursement, you're getting it as a cash only, na?
Okay. And then,
Right. So basically, it's known as a benefit.
yeah, benefit. Yeah,
These are the benefit what the organization is giving, but then also all these benefits, it will come as a monetary only.
okay.
All right. It will not come as a non-monetary. What is non-monetary? Non-monetary is basically it's your stock and option. What is a stock and option?
It's the employee stock options.
What do you mean by employee stock option?
So, I mean, option wherein you are giving them, the freedom to maybe, sell or trade whatever has been given to them, but something where the company allocates probably, a certain amount of stocks, and they have to probably return it when they exit. I'm just
Sorry, but then if they have to return it, then why they will take that stock? When once you buy a stock, then that is your stock, because you have uh, whether it has been gifted to you or whether you have bought from the organization.
I mean, when it is gifted, um, this is a query that I have. So when it is gifted, I mean, aren't you supposed to return it when you quit? Because
No. Why will you return?
no, because I've seen a couple of cases where an employee would have gotten stock options as part
So
of.
if an organization has, if an employee has to return, so before they plan to leave the organization, they will sell their stock.
Okay.
Why they will return? You're getting a free amount, why do you will give it to the organization back? You will sell it in the market, huh?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I have already discussed 2 or 3 times what is a stock and option. And I told you that, that this topic will come again into your,
Payroll.
right.
Yeah.
Stock is like, when, what is the stock, right? When the share the organization gives to you. So that is known as a stock. What is option? Option is also a share, but you get it at a discounted price, maybe 30% discount. All right, this you get it as a free from the organization, but here you have to purchase it. Why Infosys employee they don't leave that organization? One of the reasons they don't leave that organization, because almost like 60% people, who are working there in Infosys, they have bought their own Infosys stock. All right. So in a way, that they are also the somewhere the management, involved in doing all those. Whoever has a more stock, they will become the part of a board director and everything. But obviously, they will not have so much of stock. But some stock, every employee they have, in Infosys. All right. So that is known as a monetary and non-monetary salary component. Then let's understand what is market analysis and market research. What is the purpose of market analysis and market research? Yes, team.
To do a mapping exercise and to define the benchmarking.
Yes, Deepa,
Yeah.
you use a very good word, the last word, benchmarking.
Yeah.
But what exactly it comes into the benchmarking? Anyway, I'll discuss this later on what is benchmarking. But first, let's talk about why the market analysis and market research is done.
I mean, this is only basis, what we have done as part of the HR team that I'm saying. So we do market analysis in terms of identifying, the skill mapping.
It's a skill mapping, right?
Yeah. So
You
we
do a skill mapping, like in terms of which organization, like the salary range, it should be there, right?
it's always your competitors. So
It's always with your competitor, how much they are paying,
yeah.
and which competitor is paying how much.
What is the nomenclature for designation that they use and
Right.
the grade and all of those stuff.
All right, which company is paying how much, so that people they do not leave the organization. right? And also your to stop attrition also, right? Because if you pay as per the other company what they're paying, right? So you actually stopping attrition, right?
Yeah.
All right, and also the skill mapping just to see skill wise how much the other company is paying on Java technology to other people, right? So all these detail you're doing it into your market research and market analysis. All right, what happens after your market analysis is done? Hmm?
Um, you bring about maybe changes within the company to be in line with what the competitors are doing.
Yes, you bring around the changes, but basically it is one, it is comp ratio. And second one, it is range penetration. All right, what is comp ratio? Comp ratio is always calculated on the 200%. All right, range penetration, it is always on your 100%, it is calculated. So comp ratio basically, it's calculated how much you are getting as per your market value. All right, and the range penetration, it will be your, like this is basically, it is for promotion. So let's see with an example what is the meaning of the compression, the range penetration. So maybe let's suppose there is a person whose salary it is from 80,000 to 1,20,000. All right, so this is a salary range he's into, and his salary it is. This is actually the salary range, and this is actually the salary. So his salary it is maybe 1 lakh. All right. So now, so here what we're talking about, we're talking about the comp ratio in this case. How do we calculate the comp ratio? All right. So in this case, as I said, comp ratio it is always in terms of a 200%, right? So maybe when he's getting 80,000. All right. So here you can see it is starting from 80 to 1,20,000, right? So he's getting as a 0% comp ratio. And when he's getting as a 1,20,000, then he's getting as a 200% comp ratio. All right. So, so like this, you will have to see. So basically, when he's getting 1 lakh, then how much it is? Because this is falling in between, right? So this is 100% comp ratio. So if an employee is getting less than 100% comp ratio, it means he's getting less than his market value. If he's getting more than 100%, he's getting as a more than his market value. So this is how you define the comp ratio. Then what is range penetration? Range penetration, again, it is your, like for example, if I go ahead with the same thing. All right, so his salary, it is like 80,000 to this one. His salary, it is like, you know, all right, so here you will see that he's getting his the same thing, 80,000 minimum, 1,20,000 is this one. But then when his salary is into your 1 lakh, and maybe let's just talk about when he's getting your, in this case, 1,20,000. So this is basically, it is your 100%. 100% range penetration. And when he's getting your 80,000, he's getting as a 0%. All right, the only difference it is that it is calculated on the 100%. So it means if a person is close to 95% range penetration, so only you have the figure of a 5%, and this is where you actually going to increase his salary. All right, rest, you know, otherwise you will have to give promotion to him. All right, so this is what it is known as a range penetration. Together, comp ratio and the range penetration, it is known as a benchmarking technique. All right. So this is together comp ratio plus range penetration known as a bench all right. So this is what team you will have to take care of it. This also you will come across into your when we're going to start with your compensation. Then after that, you will also see your, there is a bonus calculation. All right, what is bonus calculation? Bonus calculation, it is like, there are three major factors how your bonus it is calculated, depend upon the individual performance. All right, second, it is
Profits of the organization.
company performance. Right, and the third, it is also your department performance. Right, so your organization has not performed very good, but your department has done a very good work. So these are the three ways it's like, your bonus is calculated. After that, you will find your eligibility criteria. What is eligibility criteria? Eligibility criteria, it is like who all will be eligible, right? Like people joining the organization in 2022 will not be part of compensation. Okay. Then people who are contractual will not be eligible for stock. Right, so you can have your own eligibility criteria. Certain people, they will not get their compensation, and certain people will not get their bonus, so like this, whoever it is like eligibility criteria, you can have your eligibility criteria. Then another detail, we will see your guideline. What is guideline? Guideline is how the employee should get an appraisal. All right, how an employee should get appraisal. So there are two ways through which happens. One, it is based on your performance. And second, it is like how much is a rating which you have got. Right, so based on your all these guideline. All right, so Maybe, so another example of a guideline, let me tell you, there is an employee who has got, he's a star performer in a company. He has got 5 out of 5 rating. All right. But this person does not gel with the manager. So in this case, manager has given you the 4% hike. So imagine a person working so hard and getting almost like 5% hike. So imagine a person getting 5% hike and but almost like getting 4% appraisal, right? He will not like it, right? So your company has a guideline that all those star performers who are there in the company, they will get minimum 10% hike. All right. So minimum 10% hike they will get. All right. So this is the guideline what the company has given. All right. So like this, you will have all these guidelines. Then there is a promotion, right? So when you'll be getting a promotion, you'll be getting a promotion when your range penetration has reached to your 100%, right? So when your range penetration has reached to 100%. All right, so then you will get your promotion, right? So we already discussed about your comp ratio and the range penetration, right? How this is calculated. Then there is also something which is known as a pro rata. What is pro rata, team? Yes, team, what is pro rata?
It is something basis, maybe the time spent that.
Pro rata, it is something, let's suppose your organization is giving you 12 sick leave, which means 1 leave for 1 month. But you have joined the organization that is in month of March. All right. So why you should get, person who has complete. So when you join in month of March, so you'll be completing only 10 months, right? So why you should get 12 sick leave, right? You should get only 10 sick leave, right? So based on, your month when you join, so there is a proration happens. So such kind of a detail, it is known as a prorata. So obviously when you join in between, you should not get the entire benefit, right? You should get some benefit as per the month which you have joined. And the last detail we will see, it's your budget. What is budget? Budget is basically, it is your, see, what is the work of a manager? The work of a manager, it is, um, that at the end of see every financial year when it starts, um, the organization calculates how much budget, which includes the salary and everything which includes, and they decide, it's like, how much the budget which has to be given, and as a manager it is your responsibility that you have to function within the same budget. You should not exceed that amount, right? So that is a responsibility of a manager. So maybe let's suppose the company has given 50 lakh to the this HR department. All right. Out of all these 50 lakh, what the company has done, they have reserved 5% for the appraisal. How much will be 5% of a 50 lakh? Yes, team.
25,000.
45,000, only 45,000. Acha, chalo, theek hai, only 45,000. I'll take it only 45,000. So there are employee A, B, and C. So with this A, B, and C, so you can see this 45,000 only has to be distributed to A, B, and C. So you will say it is like 30% to this employee, 30% of what? 30% of your 45,000. Then almost like 40% to B person, which is of this, and then another remain 30%, right? So another 30% you can give it to him. So that makes a total 100%. So this is how you do your budget also. All these things we will see in tomorrow's session. when we will start with your practical.